Hey guys, welcome back to King Kraken Sports. Mike here, and today we're back with a bit of a solemn video. Um, for those of you who don't know, this past weekend, sorry, Sidney Jones out of the University of Washington went down with a brutal Achilles injury during his pro day, and it looks pretty bad. It looks like he ruptured his Achilles. No real timetable as far as a recovery time. Obviously, he won't be 100% by the draft, but hey, he doesn't really have to be. No private workouts, I'm assuming, are going to be scheduled. And the big question now is how does this affect his draft stock? Now, it's been reported that he could easily fall as many as 2 full rounds. And that's a shame because, as many of you know, if you guys have checked out my big board or even seen my corner back ratings, I love Sidney Jones. He was one of the guys I was really high on at the beginning of the year, and I just continued to get higher and higher on him. He actually, by the time the combine came around, was my number one corner, which was about where he was at the beginning of the year. Quincy Wilson overtook him, and then he took over Wilson again. Uh, but I mean, coming out of the combine, I had placed a top five grade on him, and less than a week later, he just goes down with a brutal injury. He's probably my favorite player to watch tape of because he reminds me so much of Marcus Peters, and seeing what Marcus Peters has done at the next level, it really, really translated well. And I really thought that he had a chance to be the number one corner taken and was going to have a very good career. I hope that he recovers as quickly as possible. I think he's a great player. Now, as far as how this affects him on my board, listen, guys, his tape's done, his pro day's done, his combine's done. There's nothing more he can really show. Um, and I kind of don't like the idea of dropping someone due to something out of their control, such as like an injury, because it was a non contact injury. It was just a bad plant and he just crumpled. But I mean, he's got nothing left to show. I mean, it altered with my rankings a little bit last year with Smith and Jack because they both weren't able to participate in the combine or the pro day really, and and you know, it's a different situation. But for me, I think I'm still comfortable standing pat and saying that Sidney Jones is my number five overall player. Obviously, he may not be there by the time the draft comes, but I don't think that I'm going to just outright drop him, a round or two. Um, and I also don't think that he is going to fall the full 2 rounds like NFL.com is reporting. I think there's a team that's gonna pick him early day two that is going to alleviate any concern on him about potentially losing out. Obviously, this is very similar to Miles Jack and Jalen Smith, and that these guys, when healthy, are top five, top 10 picks, and instead they're losing out on a lot of money because of a freak injury. And well, you know what? I can't help but but feel for the kid. I think he's a great player, and from what I've seen in interviews, he seems like a really nice guy. I think ultimately, I don't think he gets by the Cowboys at the end of round two. I just think it's a very Cowboys type move to take a risk on a player and potentially even sit him a year. Look what they did with Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith, if you guys have seen his workout videos, he looks like an absolute beast this year. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick video today. That's going to be the extent of it today. Again, best wishes to Sidney Jones. Hopefully, he lands in the right situation, and hopefully, he's allowed, by that team the time to get healthy, get his body right, and come back the dominant player that he showed he was in college, and translate that into the NFL. That's going to be it for today, guys. Talk to you again soon.